So, you wanna know how to shade? Wow! How am I supposed to shade? Okay, so usually I cut my layers. So the line art is separate. Sometimes the colors are together. But you can also make it so they're not together, like the patterns and such. It's not really necessary. Just make sure you do what makes you comfortable. So, what do I do first? Usually, I duplicate my line art and then Gaussian blur it, like maybe 10 to 20. Sometimes I usually go with just 18, but 20 is good too. You don't want to make it too spread out, just want to make it like a little bit borderish. That's one. You can already see a huge difference by that. Then the next one, you make a new layer on top of that, and I usually would pick like a layer I want the character to be under in. Like, let's say I want green light. I'm gonna cover all of that in, and then I'm gonna set it to multiply. She is green now. Now, let's say I want blue light. Oh, it makes her purple. Wow, I picked purple. And this is blue. You can like experiment if you want it to be like more saturated or just lighter like this, just some light shading like that. I would go with this just for an example, but I will also make another version with a more saturated one, but it usually just works the same, so I don't think I have to go through that. Let's go with this. Now the next thing I would imagine, oh, where's the light? I would put the light top. So let's say the light starts here. And the color picked would be the light color. So it's gonna be wow, wow, wow. And then on the opposite of that, you can put like the reflection light. Wow, wow, wow. Right? So it's gonna be like that. Now, how would I put the light? I would erase the same layer, the same multiply layer to follow light. So since it starts on the top right, we're gonna erase here like that, then like that. So how do you know where to put the light in? Okay, so you have to think of everything as 3D. Let's say this is the head, right? And let's say it's this strand. So if you were to hit the light, you would put that because that's the part you imagine the light would hit. Like that, for example, you would imagine it to hit like that because it's a 3D figure. So like that, we're gonna continue erasing. You can be messy if you want, it's really no problem. I'm also gonna put some here because I think it's a cool effect. Sometimes I won't put anything in there. So this also goes to the breasts, the hands, the tail, and then a little bit on the arm, and then a little bit more to the tail, and then a little bit of some to the thigh because if you were imagine it as a 3D figure, it's moving forward, so the light would still hit it because it's not being covered by the whole body itself. So a little bit of that. So now, why didn't I erase for the blue one? You will see why later. It's reflection light, and I want it to be blue. So, right now, oh, but the light doesn't look good. So you're gonna select the opacity of the multiply layer, and then you invert it. Now make a new layer on top of the multiply layer and clip it, then pick the color you used, And then you can just airbrush it like that. For Ibis Paint users, or you can just gradient it like that. And you put it on overlay. So right now, oh, that looks cool. You can lower it down to whatever you want. And right now, that's how it looks. So for the blue light, you're gonna select the same multiply layer and then make another layer that is clipped. Now pick the blue and then just softly airbrush it throughout the parts that is not being hit by the light. So that, just slightly. Or you can go haywire if you want and just lower down the opacity later. Like that. Then I would put it on overlay and I would put it a little lower, maybe 20%. So right now it looks like that. And that's it. That's how I would do the base shading.